Yeah, to the Premier, just following up on this truck protest, we've heard your comments on the vaccine mandate itself, but I guess I have a question about the method of this protest. Is a convoy of truckers an appropriate approach when we have empty store shelves and other supply chain disruptions right now?
That is a great question for the Prime Minister of Canada and his government. As this is their policy that is being reacted to, I would encourage all to, in whatever method they're choosing, to ensure they are following all of the laws and regulations that ultimately are in place, which I'm sure transport drivers are well versed with, and they will be as they do that each and every day. But that is a great question for our federal government. Is this policy actually going to in any way produce any tangible results, or is it just going to essentially have a negative result in us not being able to access the goods and services that truckers bring to our community each and every day, understanding that the vast majority of these individuals are already vaccinated, and understanding that they have been operating throughout this pandemic, even at the most trying times, when we saw some incredibly large case numbers in the early days of COVID south of the border. It was our truckers that crossed that border day in, day out, and brought us back our vegetables, our goods and services that we needed in a very trying time in this pandemic. It was our truckers that were the courageous ones that went prior to vaccines, prior to any of the tools that we do have available ultimately here today. So I think there's a much better path forward. Maybe it's one of some dialogue between the federal government and our respective trucking associations, and one I would hope that respects what our truckers have done for us here in this province and done for us as Canadians, not only throughout this pandemic but in general. And so I hope everyone is following all of the rules and regulations that are in place, but ultimately what we're seeing is a reaction to an unnecessary federal government's policy.